top here is 920.13.
So we're off by a penny.
All right. Good, good. So you
You're
guys,
off by a penny where?
Off by a penny.
yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's do that again. So how'd you guys calculate it?
Took the 1695
1695
times
times
the
8.25%
Mm-hmm.
plus the 1695 again.
It came up to 1834.84.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So again, if you're using Excel, the great thing about this is you're actually able to just be able to calculate it right here and right there. Okay. Now I'm going to use a formula that I don't know if you may have seen before, but it's called the equal round formula. And what this equal round formula does is it actually rounds to the nearest penny for you. Because if I were to just leave my percentage in there, it on my screen it will show me a rounded number, but when I add it up, it's going to show me a complete different number. Okay? So let me go ahead and show you. So if I go equal round, okay, and I'm going to go, what was it, 1695? 1695, okay. Another shortcut you can do is it's going to be times 1.0825, okay. So that's 1 plus the actual sales tax rate, okay. Comma,
Comma. Okay.
comma 2 because we want 2 decimal places. And once you've done that, boom. Oh, I have wrong account. Okay, so let's do it again. So I'm going to do equal.
You misspelled round.
Oh, thank you. So equal round,
Equal round.
like that. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and press this one. You know what I want. You go tab. Equal round, okay? You go in to do your formula, which is the 1695. I'm going to multiply that by 1.085, which is going to be your sales tax rate plus your 1. Oh, I'm sorry, 25.
Okay.
Okay? And then you're going to comma because you want it to be 2 decimal places. Okay? And then you're going to end your parentheses, and it should populate right here, 1834.84. And that's what you guys got, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So yes, so you can apply that for both accounts here. Okay, I'm gonna do another equal round. And what was the
Excel, that's an Excel that you're doing that?
yes, correct.
Oh,
Equal round. This is Excel formula. Now, if you can do if you want to, but that's what I'm trying to say. If you were to just type it in the way without using equal round, right? So let's see what is the printer cost. The printer costs you $350. So if I were to just go ahead and just go 350 times 1.825, right? I'm gonna get this number here, right? But if I were to expand this number again, because I didn't do equal round, it's gonna show me that it is actually it's actually 878.875 cents instead of 88. So there, when I actually do my equal sum, it can give me the wrong decimal point. Yeah, so that's why you have to be very careful when you're dealing with Excel because it can trick you. It shows here that it's 88 cents, but in reality, it's not. It's 88.75 cents.
Okay,
Now,
that's where our penny went.
and yeah, that's where one of the penny went, but actually no, it's not this one. It's actually the next one.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and retype that in there. Okay. And if you just calculate it on your own time, like with a calculator or on hand, you'd be able to just enter this in a lot more easier. So again,
On the calculator, we would do it, could you go over that again, the way you said that we would do it, where we could actually get the correct number?
starting where?
Or is that just with the Excel?
This is just only Excel.
Oh, that's the
Now,
same,
yes, if you were to just do in a regular calculator, then you just punch in the number and it's not gonna do anything. But yes, so you are right. You're gonna end up with 920.13. And if you do add that up, so if I were to equal sum that amount, I'm gonna be off by a penny. If I add these, boom, it says that it is for $3,133.85. My sales tax or my total on my receipt is for 84 cents.
Yeah.
So therefore, I need to trim a penny somewhere. In this case, if I were to expose all of them, this one, the last one that you put in is actually going to be the one that you're going to change, because I believe it's like 11. It's like 117. It's like 115. Or no, it's like 125, something like that. So in this one, we can go ahead and it's safe to say that we're going to take away a penny from this one, so it's going to be 920.12, and that should give us an for the exact number for our check number. Okay.
92012.
920.12 to end it, to make sure that our debits and our credits match. Okay. All right. Good job, guys. So now, what was the very first thing? We paid this in store. So that means we wrote the check a long time ago.
Yes.
So we got to go first indicate our check.
And it's 102.
Yes, so check number 102. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and write the date in, which is for June 5th.
102?
I mean, sorry, 1502.
1502, right.
And my check number was for 313384. And who did I write this check out to?
Well, that must be
Computers R Us.
Computers R Us.
Yes, Computers R Us. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we do now?
Journal.
We did the journal, we did our check, and we go to the ledger. That's correct.
You go to the ledger.
We go to the ledger. Okay?
Yes, back to the ledger.
So,
And so we wrote a check for 1502 is the check number, and the net would be 6.
so you're starting with the check first, right, David? Okay, you better be careful. You make sure that you indicate every single account. You're jumping ahead. Okay? Make sure you don't lose track of yourself if you were
Okay.
going to do that. Okay?
Okay, I was assuming. So we start there.
You can start wherever you are at. Just be very careful, because I've said this before. Students who have done in the past decide to skip around and start doing one account to another account. They end up messing up their general ledger because they forgot to indicate in one of the accounts. They skipped around so much that they forgot to add this to one of the accounts, and they forgot, and that's why they had trouble with their trial balance. Okay, so for the practice for the first 2 weeks, I want you to practice when you journalize it. You enter it into the journal, enter it into the ledger exactly how you entered it into the ledger
Sure.
journal. So in this case, I had office equipment, which I'm going to look up. Display shelves. I'm at furniture. Office equipment. Here's my computer right here. Okay. For 6.5. It's under office equipment. So let me go ahead and tell you what page number that is. Okay, so the computer is on page 12.
You have to bottom. Okay. Page 12.
Mm-hmm. Top of page 12 is your computer. You don't need to indicate anything in here because a computer's a computer. I mean, what are you going to say? Purchase computer? For the furniture, it makes sense because we were going to sell it. But in this case, we are planning to, we bought the computer
Oh.
because we're going to use it. Okay, so post reference number is going to be General Journal 1. Mm-hmm. And how much did we calculate the sales, the tax and sales tax for it?
Okay.
1834.84.
1834.84. So 1834.84. And because this is our only transaction, oopsies, I must have typed something in. Okay, so it should be for 1834.84. Mm,
That's for the computer.
okay. And if you scroll down on that same page, right underneath is accumulated depreciation, which we don't have yet. And then it's going to be your printer. So 65,
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
General Journal number 1. And
What
how,
page number? We on?
it's the same one, 12.
378.88.
It should be for the same page, for page 12. 378.88. And then this should be on the next page. Page 13 should be the copier. Okay. General
920.12.
9, yes. 920.12.
Oh, so, should we just put where it says item, just since it's already a copy, says copier, should we just do the purchase like we did before?
You could do purchase. You could do whatever you want. I'm just gonna not put purchase because I have no intentions of selling it.
Oh, okay,
So I left it blank.
okay.
Bless you.
Thank you.
And it does say so in the journal anyway, right?
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
It says, yeah, it says copier, printer, and then,
Yeah, yeah. That we bought it from the vendor. Yeah.
Yeah, and we have a check number, so.
Oh yeah, you can do that too. You can write the check
Oh,
number
yeah,
there too if you'd like.
check number, right.
Okay, so now I indicated all my assets. But what I'm going to do is for my check number, I'm going to indicate that in my checking account. So if you finish the computer, printer, and the copier, last thing that we have is our checking. Okay, and here I'm going to write my check number
1502.
1502. General Journal number 1. And did I debit or did I credit my account?
Credit.
Credited.
So if I paid out another check for what is it? 3133.84?
Yes.
Okay. if my balance right now is 16,125 and I'm subtracting 31,33,84, what is my new balance?
Oh, I'm on the wrong sheet. Oh, here it is. Okay.
1299 1.16.
Good.
Yep.
Okay. So again, what the whole purpose of a ledger is, it gives you a running balance. So right now, I just spent so much money within one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not too much.
Yeah.
Almost half the money you have.
Exactly. All right.
Okay.
Better
Okay.
sell a lot of coffee.
Well,
Yes.
I get ready to call you and ask you if somebody stole your card.
No. All right. So, once you finish this, okay, if we scroll down on the page of the Coffee Cafe, it's going to indicate all this. Good. We put Computers R Us, check number 1502. Now it says post to the subsidiary ledger. So, who is Computers R Us? Are they a vendor or are they a customer?
Vendor.
They are a vendor to us, okay? So in this case, we're going to pull up our subsidiary ledger. And they are under alphabetical order. So Computers R Us is letter C. Found the Computer R Us.
What are we going in? I'm sorry, I got lost trying to catch up. What are we looking into right now?
Right now we're on we're on the subsidiary ledger.
Oh, okay, the general.
Where are you on the general ledger right now? What part are you on?
I'm still on page 13. See over there.
Okay. Let me see page 13. So you're finishing up copier right now?
Yeah, I just finished that.
Okay, so what's the last thing that's in the journal?
The last thing that I have in the journal is, oh wait, I'm looking at the ledger, it's not the journal. I'm sorry. The journal, the last thing is the check number that you just cut for the 31,33,84.
Okay. So go to your ledger. Did you update your bank account?
Yeah, I did the bank account. Yeah. Right, yes, I did do it. I just can't find it.
It should be your very first page.
I have my check register.
Under
No, I'm not asking for your check register. I'm asking for your ledger account. What is your
Oh, okay,
checking?
that's in my hands, yeah, the general ledger account,
Uh-huh.
the asset, yeah, I've got that right in that's what I just wrote down.
Okay, what's your balance at right now?
Oh, my ending balance is the 12,991.16.
Okay, good. Okay, so now that you completed everything, now it says to post to the subsidiary ledger. So that's the third pile I told you to have the list of all your customers and your list of all your vendors.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see what that is. Oh, that's the Coffee Cafe check register? Is that what you're talking about?
No. It's your list of customers and your vendors.
Oh, but this is customers. Vendor list, yes, I found it.
Okay.
Okay.
So make sure you find your vendors list. Okay. They're under Computers R Us.
Okay.
Okay. So here we're going to indicate
Right here, yes, I see it right here.
indicate the date. Any notes that you want to put, you can put I bought a computer, I bought a printer, and I bought a copier, and I'm going to write the check number 1502. Yes, you can do whatever you want. I'm going to indicate this so I know that I bought all the stuff from this person. No invoice, usually sales receipts, you should have a number or some kind of itinerary number. and you could put that in there, but in this case, I did not have one, so I don't need to have one.
Okay.
Do I have a post reference? Yes, it's going to be the journal that I have posted it to, which is your general journal number 1.
Number 1,
Is there a due date? No, because this was an in-store purchase.
right.
Okay. Did we prepaid? Of course not. Did we have an invoice amount?
No.
Yes, we did. It was for 31. What was my total on my receipt?
Yeah, the 33.84.
Yes. And lastly, did I pay for it?
Yes.
Yes, you did. Okay, so again, I'm going to indicate this formula again. So we're going to take our total invoice amount. We're going to subtract any prepaids. We're going to subtract any returns and allowances. And we're going to subtract your discounts. And we're going to subtract any payments you have made. So therefore, I don't owe anything.
Right.
Okay? We paid them off. Now, what's good about having this vendor list?
You know who you
Uh,
buy from.
Exactly.
Well, it keeps track of who you buy from and who you owe.
Yes. But one thing that can do here is what if the next day I decided to return the computer because I was like, or return the copier. I said it's too expensive.
Right, you know who to go to.
You can write it down
Exactly.
here.
Yes, you can write it down in here. But in this case, I was just asking you just questions just cause. Okay. So now that we posted to the subsidiary ledger, now let me see what's going on in the next transaction and I'll determine whether we should record it or not. Okay, yes, let's go ahead and finish up the 5th. So then tomorrow we go ahead and journalize the 6th. So I'm going to go ahead and indicate this where so we can leave off tomorrow in the morning. But let's go ahead and finish the last journal entry for the 5th of June. Okay? So on the 5th of June says you paid liability insurance for a 12-month insurance plan. Okay? Starting on the 5th of June. Okay,
For the amount of 20.
for the amount of $23.50, issued the check paid to Sargent Insurance. Okay. All right. So remember, because we are paying for insurance ahead of time, this is the same. It's going to be similar transaction as for the rent expense. However, this one, you don't have a deposit. So in this case, we're buying a 12-month payment plan for insurance. And because it's going to start on June 1st, we need to accrue the first month's insurance expense. Okay? So, so let's go to my journal. Okay? Since I don't have the example of the journal right there, what do? What do I need to do?
June 5th.
Okay.
June 5th.
Liability insurance.
Is it going to be liability insurance? Where do you need to go to know what accounts you have?
For the, never mind, just a second.
It'd be an
Liability.
asset.
Okay, prepaid insurance.
Prepaid accounts, okay, that's one of the accounts.
Okay. Let me see. This is prepaid.
And we're gonna write a check,
Yes, we're going to write a check.
back to the journal.
Where do we go?
Oh, to the liability account.
Where are you looking in Andrea?
I look at the chart of accounts.
Chart of accounts. Everyone go look at your chart of accounts. All right, let's look at all the expense accounts because that's what we're looking for. Let's go read through all the expense accounts. Is there anything?
Yeah,
Insurance expense, and what's the number for that?
60400.
Six six
60,
oh so six
0400.
6040 6400. Okay,
Yes.
6400, right.
so we know from looking at our chart of accounts we have insurance expense. Okay, and for this one I'll go ahead and give it to you. It is prepaid accounts, and then obviously we're gonna write a check. All right. So prepaid accounts is going to be I believe it's 18,600, and my checking account is 10,100. Okay. Now they already told me how much my total amount is for. So if I were to, so it's going to be for 2350, right? All right. So how do I find out how much 1 month's worth expense is going to be? How do I find out how much 1 month's insurance expense is going to be?
Oh, just divide it by 12, take the number and divide it by 12.
Correct.
Well, but June, this is June 5th.
Yeah, then we have to break that one down.
Why would you break it down?
Well, because you're not paying for the whole month, right?
How insurance works is you don't break it down by day. You break it down by month. Yeah, as in whenever it starts on that month, that's where you start accruing. It doesn't matter what day you start.
Okay, so it's still 12 months regardless.
Yes, it's still
Okay,
12
so
months.
So it's due on the 5th of every month.
Yes.
Okay, all right, not on the 1st.
Yes, not on the first.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. So then, yeah, then it's just straight division of 12 months.
So it's 195.83.
195.83.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then how do I find the remaining amount for that?
You subtract 195.83 from 2350.
Mm-hmm. And you should get 2154.37. Okay. So good.
2154.
17.
17.
17. Oh, sorry. Did I say 37? Yeah, 17.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't leave the page yet.
Okay.
Oh, we're not done yet.
Yeah, we're not done yet. No, we're not done yet. We still have to go back to the journal.
Right.
Yeah.
And check was for 351. We wrote a
Should we note the check number on there?
check.
Did we write the check yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought we
we're
were.
doing it.
We're doing it right now. We're waiting for Andrea to catch up.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm good.
Okay. So now what's next?
So,
Description.
yeah, well, we go to the,
Well, but we don't know what check number we wrote yet.
yeah, we don't know. yet.
So we need to.
Yeah, 1, 2. No, we're doing 3 next.
Yeah,
I
1503.
just
Right.
we need to
You
do a
you
check.
need to write the check first, just to ensure that that's the right check number. So I'm gonna go to my checkbook. For June 5th, and I'm writing it for a total amount of 2350. Who is my vendor?
Vendor is,
Sergeant Insurance Company.
Yes,
consider insurance.
Sargent Insurance Company is who I'm writing that check to. Okay. Now that we wrote the check out, we can indicate for sure 1503 is the check number that we wrote to this person.
check number 1503.
Okay. So here I'm going to write Sargent Insurance Company, comma, 12 months insurance, comma, check number 1503. Okay, and I need to add my ending parentheses. Okay, good. So now we are completed with our journal completed. Now where do we go next?
To the-
Go to,
to our-
6.
Then we go to the general
No,
ledger?
we have to adjust our money.
Yes, you need to adjust the money, but what else?
Oh,
We need,
what else? Okay, let's see.
we also have to record what else?
Then we go to the, back to our general ledger?
Ledger, correct.
Yeah, okay, good.
All right.
Okay, well, that's what I meant. That's our money.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
There's more than just money that you're updating. You're updating your insurance expense. You're updating your prepaid accounts. It's not just only money.
Okay.
Okay. So, yes.
Okay.
So, June. Okay, so I'm going to do this in order again so I don't lose track of my what I need to fill in. So, I'm going to go to my operating expenses and I'm going to look up insurance expense. So that should be like
Revenue,
Andrea, it is on page it is the middle of page 35.
Oh, okay, great, I'm glad we had that.
I'll get back there sooner or later.
35, come on, 35, come on.
So 6, 5, 12.
Insurance for the month of June.
Oh yeah.
35, insurance, gotcha.
Yes, in the item.
So, do we,
Close reference, G1.
yeah,
Sorry, Andrea, what was your question?
yeah, I was gonna say, is this, do we do this for, do we indicate first, prepaid assets, or do we just say, insurance,
What account are you on?
or the insurance expense? I'm on, insurance expense.
Okay. So what so what is it that you need to put in here?
30,
What are you expensing insurance for?
the month of June.
For the month of June. Okay.
This is June 5th still, we did a lot on June 5.
Yes. That's not the end of June 5. I'm just saying that's not this for a typical business, that is not what you do. You don't do 3 transactions. You do probably about 20 to 30 transactions a day. Yeah.
This is nothing.
This is nothing. That's what I'm just saying. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. So so how much was the insurance expense for?
2350.
That's for the entire 12 months.
No, just for the month of June. would
Oh,
be-
right.
What was it again?
195
583. Yeah, 83. 195.83.
195.83. Okay. Okay. And then now we can go to prepaid accounts under assets, which is should be page either 15 or 16. I can't
Oh, I
remember.
see how much you're doing. Okay, right. We take care of the current first, and then we go back and do the prepaid. Yeah, gotcha.
What is current? What is
Well,
current?
for June, we were paying, the 195.83, and then we're paying, the rest of the months.
So
Yeah,
prepaid
prepaid.
account.
So
forward going
prepaid,
to
right.
now.
Okay,
Those are the prepaid ones.
I'm doing it in the order of my journal. Reason being is because if I were to do my checking first and I were to do my prepaid insurance and then my insurance, there's a possibility I might have forgotten to indicate one of them.
Oh, okay. I see.
No,
Okay.
it's just a good habit to keep yourself.
Exactly.
To
Mm-hmm.
do it step by step.
Exactly.
Okay.
And do it in order just so then you don't skip around because
Right.
I've had students before who have done that and what happened is when they did the
Yeah.
trial balance, they forgot to write something in the checking.
Uh,
Like earlier, I almost forgot to write check number 1501 in there. Okay.
So we're going to,
So I would highly recommend you, but if you think you can do it on your own, the way you want to do it, you go ahead and go
no,
for
this
it.
makes more sense. This makes,
Oh,
because I
it
can
makes
see
more
that
sense.
No, I
happening.
think we all can use that organizational
Yeah,
skill.
most
Yes.
definitely, most definitely.
Yes, but yeah.
On the safe side.
Yes, so as you
Trust me,
be
I know
as
enough to go off by myself.
okay, as you can see, like remember the first 2 weeks, I'm going to guide you through how to do it. When we move into week 3 and week 4, you guys are going to tell me how to do it. And if you want to go off the rails and start doing all these accounts first, be my guest. But just letting you know, there is our transaction in there where you're going to be dealing with more than 5, 6, 7 accounts. And if you go out of order, make sure you go back and calculate that because that is the reason why we get discrepancies and that's the reason why our trial balances go out of order because you're trying to put it in order of the accounts that is on the list.
Right.
And then you end up skipping over them and you end up forgetting one of them.
Right.
In
Okay?
your scenarios that you have,
Mhm.
really shows the order that you go by. So
Right.
we just follow the scenario because that's what you're going by.
Okay? Yes and no because in
Well,
the
except for
scenario,
like, the current month and the advance or the prepaid.
yeah. It does go into the line of transaction first. Usually you should indicate, oh, well, I paid for this month's rent, so I need to make sure I calculate that first. Now, yes, you can just use a scenario, but however, when we move on to week 3 and week 4, there is no more transactions. You're gonna, like I said, it's gonna be based on what you tell me. So whether the transactions, the accounts, everything, whether they're right or wrong, I know the answer. But you want to verify with me, is that correct? Okay, so for this example, I already filled it out for you, but just for that one, I skipped it to try to test you guys. So yes.
Okay.
So here I'm on prepaid insurance. I'm gonna indicate here I have 11 months of insurance. Okay, and then here I go general journal number 1, and it was 2/1/5/4/17? Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So, how much is in my deposit as of right now? Or I'm sorry, how much is my total?
54.17.
No,
No,
I did not get that.
I heard say, are you cheating?
no.
That ain't no fun.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I got 665417.
That's what I,
Yes.
Okay. All right. And then lastly, what was the last thing I had was my checking account. So I'm gonna go all the way up to checking, and I'm gonna indicate that on the 5th of June, I wrote a check for number 1503, general journal number 1. And
Okay.
I wrote a check out for 2,350. So what is my new balance in my bank account, checking account as of right now?
$10,641.16.
Yes. Okay. Lastly,
Can you hold on a minute? I'm trying to find the check then.
Yes,
okay. All right.
I'll have this laid out better tomorrow.
Okay.
I have it all laid out.
Okay. So again, the last thing I want you to do is go ahead and take the time to post this to your subsidiary ledger. It is right now 450. So
50, really?
yes,
Okay.
I mean sorry. Wait, actually, shoot. Wait, it is a 450. Yes, it is 450. Whew.
Wow, it doesn't seem like, this is, you having fun. I'm just like, quick.
Yeah.
This is actually really interesting. I like this.
Okay. Okay. We had some people who beg to differ, but okay.
No, I think
But you-
it's, I've been following, but see, I screwed up from the very beginning. You talk about being organized and going in order. Well, when I downloaded everything, I did not go in order. And there were like, and I wasn't sure if I did it right. So there's like 2 or 3 general ledgers, and there's 2 or 3 something else. So I started off wrong, but
Yeah,
I'm
no,
going to, what I'm going to do is, tonight is just make a copy of the scenario.
Okay.
And then, but I'm going to erase and delete again everything that
Okay.
I've downloaded and start over in order.
Okay.
And then use um, the scenario to go back and see if I can remember the order of posting entries.
Perfect.
Um,
Okay. So again, I will not post the answers to
Self-explanatory, if
this.
I can just figure out how to download and make my entries.
Okay.
That's where I
Well,
got
you-
stuck, is right at the
right.
very beginning, and I thought, well, instead of trying to catch up during break, I'm just going to watch the whole thing and then do it later.
Perfect.
So
So again, I will not post the answers until we complete the whole thing. But I will post the videos tonight for sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
I do have one
definitely
question
need
before
the
we,
video. Yeah,
I
will
have one,
definitely, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Have one question before we, I was trying to put it in the order that you're doing, is they're doing the general journal
Uh-huh.
first, and we go to the general ledger, and then we go to either the check register or the bank deposits, depending on what we're doing. Is that-
Exactly. Yes. I was going to say, generally, if the first thing that you're going to do when you journalize your journal, if you need to write a check, that's the first thing you got to do.
Okay.
Okay. Anything after that, let's say you did a purchase order. Boom, I got to do my purchase order first. Or, oh, boom, I just received a check. I'm going to deposit my money first.
Okay.
Very first thing that you have to do, and this is always, okay? Number 1 is going to be your general journal first.
General journal first.
Your journal always comes first because this is how you keep track of your transactions. This is you indicating all your transactions. Okay? Second, okay, if you need to write a check, write the check. If you don't, just go straight to the ledger.
Okay.
Okay?
Or whichever one of these that you have to do, if you have to do is write a check or make a deposit,
Mm-hmm.
depending on which one, that's what you do first.
Correct.
And then second, you would go to the general journal, and then the general ledger.
Wait, what was the first step that you said?
I said, if it's a check that you receive, that you have to cut,
Uh-huh.
you're doing that, first thing that you're doing, and that would be what you would do, you would go cut the check first, and then you would go to the general journal to record it.
Yes and no. I mean, I would suggest first off, do the journal first because the first thing you need to make sure is do these accounts exist?
Oh, okay, right, because you want to get all your account information.
Exactly. You want to make sure that you
Journal
have the
first,
accounts,
Then write the check, then the general.
then the ledger, general ledger. So journal, check,
Right.
ledger.
Check.
So again, journal, check, ledger.
Ledger.
And then if you're dealing with a vendor or a customer, that would come after your ledger.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Don't stop there because I will be introducing another form that you're going to have to be using in between all of those. And that's going to be inventory worksheet.
Ah,
Okay?
I
So
did
you're
it
going
well.
so you're going to be doing your journal, inventory worksheet, then journal, then ledger, then the vendor, then everything else after that. So it's going to be fun.
That's later.
Yes, it's later. Now before you go, I don't want you to stop just yet. I want you to go ahead and make that quick note in your subsidiary ledger. So go ahead and go to Sergeant Insurance, indicate what you need to indicate, and make sure that you said that you paid it off. Once you've done that, you guys are free to go. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick second to go ahead and do that real quick so I can have this for the class recording.
Yeah.
And then yeah, if you guys are ready to go, you guys are more than welcome to go. So here we're looking for Sergeant Insurance on our subsidiary ledger. So again, your vendors are going to be enlisted by alphabetical order. So
alphabetical is good.
so I see Silver State Insurance. Here you go. I mean Silver State Electrical. Here you go. I found my
Sergeant, yeah, I've got it.
Sergeant Insurance. Yes. I'm going to indicate the date. So June 5th. I'm going to write that I bought a 12-month insurance. And I wrote a check for check number 1503, I believe. Okay. My invoice, I don't have an invoice number for this one again. But my post reference though is going to be my general journal number 1. I'm still on the first page. I don't have a due date. I did not make any prepaid accounts before that, but my total invoice amount was for $23.50. Okay, and because I did pay in, I paid for the whole thing. I'm gonna write it. I wrote a check for $23.50, and my accounts payable should indicate that I do not owe anything because I've already paid it off. Okay. Yes, it should be 0.
Okay, now every time I put a 0, I put a line through it. Is that
That-
normal or?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, but you're not gonna stop your account here. Well, for this case,
No, it
yes.
doesn't stop the count, it's just like where you have accounts payable,
Uh,
a 0 balance, and I draw a line through it. So
Yeah.
I've always done that.
That's okay. It's your preference. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and indicate that it's in dollar form, and I'm gonna go ahead and save my file, and I'm gonna call it a day. So, yeah. So tomorrow,
Keep going if you want.